and welcome. My name is Savannah, and today we'll be diving into the lore and families of lucky poems in The Sims 3. This video is part of a series on my channel where I dive into each and every world in The Sims 3 in the order of release. If you haven't seen the other videos in this series, I have a playlist you can check out. Anyway, without further ado, let's load into Lucky Poems. Lucky Poems was released on the Sims 3 store on June 28, 2012 and was the 5th world to be released on the store and the 10th overall. It is a large desert town known for its impressive gastronomy. The world's description reads, with ample parks, recreation opportunities, and a thriving culinary scene, Lucky Poems is an island of green amid shifting sands. This desert enclave offers manicured gardens, modern estates, and cozy abodes nestled on the banks of a pristine lake. At the heart of town, a mysterious well is said to grant wishes to those who are pure of heart. What will you wish for? The town is split in two by a long highway. One side is a sort of Palm Springs-inspired resort town next to a beautiful river, where most of the wealthiest residents live in large modern homes. The other side is ironically called Lakeside Drive, and it consists of 3 dried-up lakes and some smaller, less lavish homes. The area also features some abandoned buildings, one of which is an old motel. This side of town seems to be inspired by Salton Sea, California. There are 52 housed residents in Lucky Poems, and we'll be saying Sul Sul to each and every one of them. There are 2 households featuring Sims that you may find familiar if you played previous Sims games, so we'll be starting with them. First, we have the Dreamer household at 59 Gobi Road. Baron Dreamer is a young adult and unemployed. However, his bio states he is an artist, and he appears to be incredibly wealthy, so presumably he makes money from his art. He is artistic, a bookworm, a great kisser, a natural cook, and hates the outdoors. He wants to be an illustrious author, possesses 1 athletic, 1 charisma, 1 cooking, 1 handiness, and 7 painting skill points, and is a 2-star celebrity if the late night expansion is installed. Baron is a very talented painter and a quirky guy who prefers to stay inside and paint nature from the comfort of his home. He is a shy, reserved man, and although he knows a lot of people in town, he is distant friends with all of them except his romantic interest, Darlene Matlapin. The Lucky Poems world background is written from his perspective, and he previously appeared in The Sims 2 in Pleasant View. In The Sims 2, he is older and living with his teen son, Dirk. He is mourning the loss of his deceased wife and struggling to make money as an artist. As a result, he is seriously struggling to pay the bills. I find this incredibly interesting as in The Sims 3, he seems incredibly wealthy and is also famous. How on earth did he lose all of his money and fame? Next, at 74 Pleasant View Road, is the Matlapin household, made up of a family of 3 who recently moved to Lucky Poems. Omar is an adult and a carnivorous plant tender in the science career. He is a slob, absent-minded, family-oriented, good, easily impressed, and aimed to be the tinkerer. He has level 2 cooking, 4 gardening, 2 handiness, and 1 painting skill. Omar is a man who likes to keep to himself and can be a bit ditzy and messy. However, he has a big heart and loves his family deeply. He sort of appears in The Sims 2, but he is already dead and can only be seen in the family tree of his grandson. Mariana is Omar's wife and is an adult working as a yes woman in the politics career. She is good, a light sleeper, charismatic, childish, and friendly. She wants to be super popular and has 3 charisma, 2 gardening, 3 handiness, and 2 logic skill points. Mariana is a fun, carefree woman who doesn't take herself too seriously. She is an incredibly social woman and a great cook. Like Omar, she is dead in The Sims 2. Darlene is Omar and Mariana's young adult daughter. She is a fan in the music career and is artistic, childish, charismatic, family-oriented, and a hopeless romantic. She dreams of being surrounded by family and possesses 2 charisma, 1 cooking, 1 handiness, and 1 painting skill. Darlene is a kind woman with a deep passion for the arts and has a crush on Darren Dreamer. She appears in The Sims 2, but like her parents, is dead. She is the deceased wife of Darren Dreamer and the mother of his son Dirk, and she is buried in their backyard. She died as an adult in a tragic fire. Now let's say hello to the 23 brand new families of Lucky Palms, starting with the Bard household. Isidora Bard resides at 119 Lakeside Drive, and she is a quirky and high-energy old lady. She sees the bright side of everything and loves all things bright, shiny, and colorful. In fact, her home is vibrantly and loudly decorated. Isidora is an elder and a useless contraption manipulator in the science career. She is over-emotional, absent-minded, excitable, easily impressed, and childish. She has 2 charisma, 3 gardening, and 1 logic skill, and dreams of having the perfect garden. Up next at 13 The Lake is the best friends household. Roy and Palmer were friends as kids, but lost touch when they got older. By chance, they found each other once more after both coming to Lucky Palms to retire. Now they are living their final days together out on the lake. Roy Phillips is an elder and a toddler sports coach in the professional sports career. But before retiring, he was a sports fisherman. He has a good sense of humor, is a great kisser, a mooch, athletic, an angler, and dreams of presenting the perfect private aquarium. He has 2 athletic, 1 charisma, 9 fishing, and 3 handiness skill points. His ex-girlfriend is Jenny Gomez of the Golden Gals household, and the 2 dislike each other. Palmer Hayes is an elder and a spice runner in the culinary career. He is brave, a bookworm, a natural cook, hydrophobic, and lucky. He has level 1 charisma, 1 cooking, 3 handiness, 2 logic, and 4 writing skill, and wants to be the culinary librarian. He appears to be romantically interested in Beulah Patterson of the Golden Gals household. Despite currently working as a chef, Palmer wants to become a writer now that he has more time on his hands in retirement. A few houses down is the Golden Gals household at 21 The Lake. These 3 retired best friends are happily enjoying their retirement together. Obviously, this household is a spoof/parody of the Golden Girls. Jenny Gomez is an incredibly talented artist, both in the kitchen and on the canvas. She is an elder and a line cook in the culinary career. She is a natural cook, a technophobe, artistic, charismatic, and lucky. She possesses 4 cooking, 1 handiness, 2 logic, and 7 painting skill, and wants to be an illustrious author. As I mentioned, she is the ex-girlfriend of Roy Phillips, and the 2 do not get along. Beulah Patterson is an elder, unemployed, and her goal in life is to be presenting the perfect private aquarium. She loves the outdoors, is a daredevil, an angler, athletic, and inappropriate. She has 3 athletic, 4 charisma, and 8 fishing skill points, and is romantically interested in Palmer Hayes. Beulah is an expert fisherwoman and has a myriad of mounted fish on the wall in her bedroom. Evangeline Finch is an expert criminal hacker and a gardening aficionado. Her bio states she is banned from Sunset Valley for somehow hacking their military computers. She is an elder, a getaway driver in the criminal career, and wants to have the perfect garden. She is a bookworm, a computer whiz, has a green thumb, a good sense of humor, and is unlucky. She possesses level 3 athletic, 2 charisma, 5 gardening, and 3 writing skill. At 68 Gobi Road is the Claremont family. The family consists of couple Morgan and Sammy, their toddler daughter Tabby, and Sammy's mother Endora. Morgan is a very proper, hardworking, put-together man, and he moved his family to Lucky Palms after landing a job here. He is an adult and a report processor in the business career. He has no sense of humor, is a perfectionist, family-oriented, charismatic, and ambitious. He aims to be a chess legend and has 3 charisma and 3 logic skill. Unfortunately, he is disliked by his mother-in-law, Dora. Sammy is a kind woman who likes to keep things clean. She is an adult and a podium polisher in the politics career. She is neurotic, excitable, family-oriented, neat, and charismatic, and wants to be surrounded by family. She has 3 cooking, 1 fishing, 1 gardening, 1 handiness, and 1 logic skill point. Interestingly, she dislikes their neighbor, Yolanda Shaw. However, Yolanda is friends with Morgan, and somehow, Morgan has a higher relationship with Yolanda than he does with Sammy. Tabby is the couple's toddler daughter, and she seems to be growing up rather well. She is a light sleeper and loves the outdoors. Dora is an elder and unemployed. She is a perfectionist, inappropriate, a schmoozer, childish, and a snob. She wants to be a Renaissance sim and has 4 charisma, 4 logic, and 2 painting skill. Dora is a smart and rather nosy woman who loves inserting herself in other people's business. She initially moved in with Sammy and Morgan to temporarily help out after Tabby was born, but she seems to be staying much longer than intended, causing some tension in the household. She also seems to disapprove of her son-in-law, Morgan, and tries to interfere with his and Sammy's marriage. Up next at 117 Lakeside Drive is the Diwan household. This family of 3 has recently moved to Lucky Palms for the father, Taj's work. Taj is an adult and an undercover specialist in the law enforcement career. He has no sense of humor, is a workaholic, athletic, a computer whiz, and brave. He wants to be a Renaissance sim, but is rather far from completing that wish as he only has 1 athletic, 1 charisma, and 2 logic skill. I find his lifetime wish to be rather surprising, as his bio describes being a secret agent as a dream he's had since he was a kid, and I feel the international super spy wish would have suited him more. Taj is disliked by his teenage son Sahan and Robert Irwin of the Irwin household. Interestingly though, he is friends with Robert's wife Emmy, even though she is a criminal. Like I said, Taj has always wanted to be an agent and is now living his dream. He moved his family to Lucky Palms to investigate the drained lakes in town and the town's residents. Zara is an adult and unemployed. She is family-oriented, good, a natural cook, charismatic, and handy. Her lifetime wish is golden tongue, golden fingers, but she is nowhere near completing this as her only skills are level 3 cooking, level 1 gardening, and level 1 handiness. Zara loves her family and is happy to support her husband's career. However, this has caused her to have a more distant relationship with their disgruntled son. Sahan is a teen, childish, a snob, a bookworm, artistic, and has 1 fishing skill point. He is currently romantically involved with Piper Sparks of the Sparks family. He is also best friends with Ethan Tanner of the Tanner family. Sahan does not like living in Lucky Palms and wishes they lived somewhere cooler, in a nice house with a pool. As a result, he heavily resents his father and has a distant relationship with his mother due to her support for his father, his career, and his decision to move to Lucky Palms. The Gilbert family is located at 121 Lakeside Drive and is made up of a single father and his 2 children. Barry is not the brightest crayon in the box. After his wife passed away, he decided to buy a new home and move his sons here to Lucky Palms. Unfortunately, due to his gullible nature, he was swindled into paying twice the actual worth of their current house and is now struggling to pay the bills. Barry is an adult, a snack hawker in the professional sports career, and wants to be a jack of all trades. He is absent-minded, unlucky, neat, good, and family-oriented. He possesses 2 handiness, 1 athletic, and 1 charisma skill. Hanson is the older of Barry's sons. He is a child, a bookworm, excitable, easily impressed, and has level 2 logic skill. Despite the unfortunate passing of his mother and the family's financial struggles, Hanson is a very happy, hyper, and social kid. Joshua is an excitable and friendly toddler who looks up to his brother and is very attached to him. Next, residing at 67 Gulf View Road is the Hendrix household. Jason Hendrix is a young adult and a report processor in the business career. He is a vehicle enthusiast, childish, flirty, a great kisser, has commitment issues, and dreams of swimming in cash. He has 3 athletic, 5 charisma, 3 guitar, and 1 handiness skill. He has 3 ex-girlfriends, Yolanda Shaw, Lola Lancaster, and Lola's daughter, Lola Lancaster. Jason is a rich, money-hungry playboy. He comes from money and likes living a carefree life of hot women, fast cars, and lots of cash. He came to Lucky Palms to gain skills and experience to prepare him for when he inevitably inherits his wealthy father's company. Down the street at 73 Gulf View Road is the Lovers ? Household. They are a couple with a large age gap, expecting their first child, sort of. Eli Vokoban is an elder, unemployed, and dreams of living in the lap of luxury. He is hot-headed, a hopeless romantic, a snob, a light sleeper, and frugal. He possesses 6 charisma and 1 cooking skill, and is a 1-star celebrity. Eli has been a sleazy womanizer his entire life. He has been married 3 times, and throughout those marriages, he had a myriad of mistresses. Now he is happily living with his hot young romantic interest, Lola Lancaster. Lena is a young adult, unemployed, and a gold digger. She is evil, a schmoozer, a genius, a great kisser, and flirty. She has 2 athletic, 5 charisma, and 5 logic skill, and is a 1-star celebrity. Lena is a smart young woman, despite what many believe. Unfortunately, however, she was seemingly not smart enough to use birth control, and is now pregnant with her ex, Jason Hendrix's baby. Eli appears to have no clue, but the rest of the town seems to know what's up. Lena's mother, Lola Lancaster, resides on the other side of town at 125 Lakeside Drive. Lola is an adult, unemployed, and like her daughter, a gold digger. She is flirty, a kleptomaniac, a heavy sleeper, a schmoozer, and a great kisser. She has 2 charisma and 1 cooking skill point, and is a 1-star celebrity. She previously dated her daughter's baby daddy, Jason Hendrix, as well as Lennon Sosa, whom she dislikes. She is currently romantically involved with the married Richard Irwin of the Irwin family, and is pregnant with his baby, unbeknownst to his wife, Emmy, who dislikes her. She is also on poor terms with Ramon Tanner of the Tanner household. Lola was formerly a showgirl, and since her husband died, and likely while he was alive, she has been dating around quite a bit. Now she is pregnant with the child of a married man. Her bio also states that she, at one point, dated Nick Alto of Sunset Valley, as well as his brother Bert, who resides in Hidden Springs. Lola's deceased husband, Rico Lancaster, is buried in the local cemetery, Sunwest Graveyard. He died of electrocution as an adult, and his death was allegedly accidental. However, Lola's bio suggests she might have killed him. He is possibly Lena's father, but he does not appear in her family tree. His traits were couch potato, flirty, party animal, easily impressed, and childish, and his lifetime wish was living in the lap of luxury. Next door lives the Irwin household at 130 Lakeside Drive. This household is made up of a criminal wife and a cheating husband, and their unfortunate young daughter. Emmy Irwin is a young adult, a thug in the criminal career, and wants to be the emperor of evil. She is neurotic, insane, inappropriate, family-oriented, and a coward. And she has 2 athletic, 1 handiness, and 1 logic skill. She is disliked by her husband's ex, Yolanda Shaw, and I imagine she likely caught him cheating with her. Emmy is a bit off her rocker, and I find her bio mean but kind of funny, describing her as having a big heart and a broken brain. Richard is a young adult, unemployed, and wants to be a heartbreaker. He is flirty, a schmoozer, a mooch, neat, and has commitment issues. He possesses 1 athletic and 4 charisma skill points. His ex-girlfriend is Yolanda Shaw of the Shaw household. Richard is a broke bum of a husband and a cheater. He is an all-around terrible person and is cheating on his wife with Lola Lancaster, who, as I mentioned, is pregnant with his baby unbeknownst to his wife. Cricket is a child, a slob, inappropriate, artistic, and is best friends with Una Tanner of the Tanner family. Despite her messy home life, she's a very sweet girl, but it seems her family situation is having an effect on her development, as 2 of her 3 traits are pretty bad. At 70 Grand Sand Road lives Yolanda Shaw. Yolanda is a flirty young woman with a long romantic past. She is incredibly popular amongst the men in town, but has no interest in settling down. She loves having fun and is quick to switch out her man when she gets bored with him. She previously dated Jason Hendrix, Richard Irwin, Braden King, and Lennon Sosa. Unfortunately, it seems that her carefree life may be coming to a halt soon, as she is currently pregnant with Lennon Sosa's baby. Yolanda is an adult and works as a roadie in the music career, and she has a small recording studio in her pool house. She is flirty, childish, a party animal, a schmoozer, and a mooch. She wants to be a heartbreaker and has 5 charisma, 1 guitar, and 1 handiness skill. She is best friends with Lola Lancaster and is disliked by many women in town, including Emmy Irwin, Kinsley Hudson, Kitty Price, and Sammy Claremont. Our next household is the Hudson hipsters, located at 79 Sunset Boulevard. Kinsley and Ariel Hudson are a young hippie couple pregnant out of wedlock. They are very new age and progressive and stick out a bit against the more conservative population of Lucky Palms. Despite not being married, Ariel has taken Kinsley's last name. Kinsley is a young adult and a decoy in the criminal career. She is a great kisser, a perfectionist, a snob, neat, and charismatic. She wants to be a jack of all trades and has 1 charisma, 1 logic, and 1 writing skill. Kinsley is a neat freak and a perfectionist, but she tries to keep up the appearance of a laid-back hipster. Her snob trait also seems to suggest the whole hippie thing is a facade. She is currently pregnant with her and Ariel's first child. Ariel is a kind and compassionate man. He loves helping people and joined the medicine career to do just that. He is a young adult and works as a paramedic. He is family-oriented, a genius, hot-headed, good, has a green thumb, and dreams of having the perfect garden. He possesses level 1 charisma, 1 gardening, 1 handiness, and 2 logic skill. The King family resides at 69 Gulfview Road, and they are a wealthy and popular family of 4 made up of Braden and Katia and their 2 high-achieving twin daughters. This family may be a reference to or a spoof of the Obama family. Braden is a very well-liked politician, successfully and quickly making his way up the political ladder. He is an adult, a local representative in the politics career, and aims to some way be leader of the free world. He is a workaholic, a perfectionist, family-oriented, charismatic, and ambitious. He possesses 5 charisma, 1 handiness, and 3 logic skill, and is a 1-star celebrity. He formerly dated Yolanda Shaw, and the 2 dislike each other. Katia is an adult and works as a toddler sports coach in the professional sports career. She is neurotic, family-oriented, a vegetarian, neat, good, and wants to be surrounded by family. She's a 1-star celebrity and has 2 athletic, 3 charisma, 2 handiness, and 1 painting skill. Katia is a very proper and well-respected woman in Lucky Palms, and she is incredibly passionate about nurturing her family. Abrielle is a teen, a virtuoso, a genius, friendly, and childish. She works part-time as a beverage specialist at the spa and has 2 charisma, 1 gardening, 1 guitar, 3 logic, and 2 writing skill points. She is best friends with her twin sister and their parents. Abrielle is a very quiet and reserved but nice young girl. Abriana is a teen, a bookworm, a virtuoso, a genius, and a hopeless romantic. She works part-time as a book genre sorter at the bookstore and possesses 1 athletic, 2 charisma, 3 logic, 3 painting, and 2 writing skill. She is best friends with her sister and parents, and she is romantically interested in Ethan Tanner of the Tanner family. Abriana is a talented and skilled painter and writer who seems to have a very bright creative future ahead of her. Next, the Loera household lives at 66 Sand Road. Marisol Loera is a young adult working as an automated spell checker in the journalism career and wants to become a professional author. She is flirty, loves the outdoors, is handy, good, and a bookworm. Surprisingly, she has no writing skill, but does have 1 charisma, 1 cooking, and 1 gardening skill point. She dislikes Kitty Price of the Price household for some reason and is romantically interested in Donovan Steel of the Steel household. Marisol used to live a more fast-paced life, but she is now focused on her dream of becoming a successful writer. She intends for her first novel to be a murder mystery set in Hidden Springs. She initially planned on moving back home after her novel was finished, but she has fallen in love with Donovan Steel and is now considering staying in Lucky Palms permanently. At 75 Gulfview Road is the Price household. Kitty Price used to be an actress, but is now retired. Now she enjoys spending her time collecting interesting art, cooking, and decorating her underground cave. Kitty is an adult, unemployed, and a 4-star celebrity. She is over-emotional, a perfectionist, a virtuoso, easily impressed, charismatic, and wants to be super popular. She possesses 4 athletic, 8 charisma, and 1 logic skill, and she is best friends with Lola Lancaster. The Ross family resides at 93 Sonora Street. Phoenix and Marissa Ross's marriage has fallen to the wayside as Marissa's career has taken off and Phoenix's career has completely failed, making him a stay-at-home father and primary caregiver for their daughter. Now the pair seems to be on the brink of divorce. Marissa is an adult, a corporate drone in the business career, and aims to be CEO of a mega corporation. She is a workaholic, excitable, dislikes children, is ambitious, and a snob. She has 1 athletic, 2 charisma, and 2 logic skill points. Marissa is incredibly dedicated to her career to the extent that she essentially ignores her family. She has a distant relationship with her daughter, likely due to being more dedicated to her work than to being a mom, and because she doesn't even like kids. Phoenix is an adult and unemployed, although the household bio states he used to work in the military career. He only has 4 traits for some reason: over-emotional, family-oriented, easily impressed, and athletic. However, he also has the hidden pyromaniac trait. He wants to be master of the arts and has 2 cooking and 2 handiness skill. Now that Phoenix's career in the military has flopped, he spends most of his time at home taking care of his daughter and playing video games. Obviously, he has a much closer relationship to their daughter than his wife does. Addison is a grumpy and athletic toddler. She is a very high-energy kid, despite not having the excitable trait. Up next at 71 Gulfview Road is the Sosa household. Lennon Sosa is an adult, a pastry chef in the culinary career, and dreams of being a celebrated 5-star chef. He dislikes children, has a green thumb, and is a natural cook, ambitious, and a party animal. He possesses 3 charisma, 5 cooking, 2 fishing, and 5 gardening skill points, and is a 3-star celebrity. As mentioned earlier, he is the ex-boyfriend of Lola Lancaster and Yolanda Shaw, who is pregnant with his child. Lennon is very popular in Lucky Palms for his culinary prowess and his sociability, frequently throwing huge house parties. He is a trained chef and went to a top cooking school called Fromage Grill. Despite his cooking skills and popularity, he needs to surpass the local chef and his new enemy, Ramon Tanner, if he wants to be known as the best chef in town. The Tanner family lives at 96 Sonora Street, and they are a family of chefs dedicated to maintaining the family title of being the greatest cooks in Lucky Palms. Ramon Tanner is a passionate, proud, and hardworking chef. He is currently known as the best chef in town and comes from a long line of excellent home-trained cooks. Recently, however, he has become enemies with the new in town, Lennon Sosa, who appears to be after his title as best chef in in Lucky Palms. Ramon is an adult, a chef de cuisine in the culinary career, and dreams of being the culinary librarian. For some reason, he only has 4 traits: natural cook, ambitious, charismatic, and childish. However, he also has the hidden immune to fire trait. He possesses 8 cooking, 5 gardening, 2 charisma, 1 handiness, and 3 fishing skill points, and is a 4-star celebrity. For some reason, he is disliked by Lola Lancaster. Aya is Ramon's wife. She is an adult and a freelance writer in the journalism career. She is artistic, family-oriented, friendly, neat, and flirty, and wants to be surrounded by family. She has 1 cooking, 1 charisma, 1 logic, and 2 writing skill, and is a 1-star celebrity. For obvious reasons, she dislikes Lennon Sosa. Aya formerly worked for a popular food magazine where she met and fell in love with Ramon when she interviewed him for an article. Now she is pregnant with their 3rd child. Ethan is Aya and Ramon's teenage son. He is a virtuoso, good, a heavy sleeper, hydrophobic, and works part-time as a burial specialist at the mausoleum. He has 1 logic and 2 guitar skill points, and has 2 points in the hidden video gaming skill. He is romantically interested in Abrielle King and is best friends with Sahan Diwan. He, of course, dislikes Lennon Sosa. Ethan is a nice kid, but he seems to be becoming a bit more rebellious recently. Oddly, the household bio states he is feuding with Lennon Sosa to be a better chef, but nothing about his personality or his personal bio matches this. I imagine this was a typo, and the last sentence of the household bio should say Ramon. Yuna is Ethan's little sister. She is a child, good, and ambitious, and she has the hidden immune to fire trait. She has 1 logic skill point and dislikes Lennon Sosa. She is best friends with Cricket Irwin. Yuna is a very smart kid with a bright future ahead of her. Buried in Sun West Graveyard is Astrid Tanner. She died of old age. Her traits were athletic, artistic, inappropriate, unflirty, and brave, and her lifetime wish was presenting the perfect private aquarium. While not in the Tanner family tree, she is implied to be Ramon's mother in her bio. Directly in front of her grave are 3 others. 2 only read remains and are likely other Tanner family members. However, for some odd reason, Rico Lancaster, the deceased husband of Lola Lancaster, is buried right in front of her, despite them having no clear relation. Right next door resides the Sparks family at 95 Sonora Street. Walker Sparks is an adult and a gene therapist in the medicine career, aiming to become a world-renowned surgeon. He is a genius, a workaholic, brave, grumpy, and a natural cook. He possesses 1 athletic, 3 charisma, 2 handiness, and 5 logic skill points. Walker's wife passed away when their daughter Piper was just a baby. After becoming a single parent, he has had to work ultra hard to provide for his daughter. As a result, he has put so much time into work that he hasn't really been emotionally engaged in his daughter's upbringing, causing her to grow up to resent him. Unfortunately, he failed to notice this until recently and now wants to try to fix their relationship. Piper is a teen, artistic, ambitious, athletic, and inappropriate. She has level 2 cooking and level 1 painting skill and is interested in Sahan Diwan. Piper wants nothing to do with her father due to his ignoring her for his work throughout her entire childhood. She also finds living in the desert boring and wants to get to know the world outside of this small town. She hates Lucky Palms and intends to leave as soon as she can. Buried in Sun West Graveyard is a woman named Gloriana Sparks. She died in a fire as an adult. Her traits were great kisser, good sense of humor, family-oriented, unlucky, and vegetarian, and her lifetime wish was the Tinkerer. Although she does not appear in Piper and Walker's family tree, she is Walker's late wife and Piper's mom. 77 Sunset Boulevard is the home of the Steel household. Donovan Steel is a young adult and a desk jockey in the law enforcement career. He has a good sense of humor, loves the outdoors, and is charismatic, athletic, and a never nude. He possesses 2 athletic, 1 charisma, 1 cooking, 1 handiness, and 1 logic skill point. He is a 1-star celebrity, wants to be a heartbreaker, and is romantically interested in Marisol Loera. Donovan is incredibly passionate about about law enforcement and seemingly joined the career to follow in his father's footsteps. He has recently gained a bit of fame due to appearing on the cover of Hot Desert Cop's annual calendar, which I find a bit surprising given his never-nude trait. The survivalist household is located at 18 The Lake. Naomi Nita is a doomsday prepper who has built an underground bunker under her home to prep for if and when the zombie apocalypse or other world-ending scenario comes. Some say she is also working on some sort of long-life serum. Naomi is an adult and a fertilizer analyst in the science career. She has a good sense of humor and is a loner, a daredevil, excitable, and athletic. She wants to be a chess legend and has 3 athletic, 1 cooking, 4 gardening, and 1 handiness skill. At 118 Lakeside Drive is the unlikely twosome household. These are 2 roommates with very little in common. Ezekiel Reed is a young adult and a paperboy in the journalism career, but he is going to have to make a career change if he wants to achieve his dream of being a hit movie composer. He is absent-minded, frugal, childish, and friendly, and possesses 1 logic and 1 handiness skill. Ezekiel is a quirky guy who loves gnomes and lawn decorations and has a rainbow wall in his bedroom. He inherited his current home from his father a long time ago. Unfortunately, now that the lake has dried up, the house has lost most of its value, so he can no longer sell the house, but also cannot afford to move. So he found a roommate to share the bills with. Pansy Northrop is a young adult and a mess hall server in the military career who wants to become an astronaut someday. She is a workaholic, brave, ambitious, a daredevil, and dislikes children. She has 2 logic, 1 athletic, 1 cooking, and 1 fishing skill point. Pansy is a lot more uptight than Ezekiel. She is rather strict and scary, and struggles to make friends due to her personality and demeanor. Our final household, the young trio, resides at 97 Sonora Street. The household consists of an engaged young couple and their third-wheel friend, whose temporary stay in their house seems to have become permanent, in turn putting a massive strain on their relationship. Vivian Vasquez is a young adult, a lab tech in the science career, and wants to become a creature-robot crossbreeder. She is brave, over-emotional, neat, hot-headed, and a bookworm. She possesses level 2 cooking, 2 gardening, 3 handiness, and 2 logic skill. Vivian is a good-hearted but quiet, awkward, and reserved young woman. She moved to Lucky Palms with her fiancé Oscar after landing a job at the science lab. Unfortunately, she isn't too happy that Oscar's best friend, Clark, has come with them. Oscar Arellano is a young adult and a fan in the music career who dreams of becoming a rock star. He is a slob, a couch potato, a great kisser, childish, and a computer whiz, and has 1 charisma and 1 handiness skill. Oscar is a bit bummy and gross. It is truly a shock that he has been able to land a woman like Vivian. Despite his undesirable traits, Viv loves him and is happy to clean up after him. Clark Bellamore is Oscar's BFF. He is a young adult and unemployed, but dreams of swimming in cash. He is handy, a party animal, clumsy, lucky, and easily impressed, and has level 1 cooking and level 1 fishing skill. Clark came with Viv and Oscar to Lucky Palms and was only supposed to be living with them temporarily until he found a job and could afford to move out. Unfortunately, he has been unable to find a job and is not sure what he wants to do, so his stay has become long-term. Vivian is not happy about this and dislikes him because of it. So those are all of the residents of Lucky Palms. Here is my tier list of all of the Sims in the world. Link will be in the description down below if you want to fill it out yourself. Next, as per usual, we will be checking out all of the environmental lore and Easter eggs strewn about the world's environment, although in this world there is very little. First, let's talk about the dead. Like most Sims 3 worlds, all the deceased Sims have a similar color palette. In Lucky Palms, they all have grayish, greenish, yellowish skin, and yellow or orangey greenish hair. The dead Sims in this world are noticeably less uniform than in other worlds. Next, like in several worlds in the game, there is an abandoned mine shaft near the edge of town. However, there are no glowing yellow eyes peering out from inside. So that is Lucky Palms. I think I enjoyed this world. Visually and aesthetically, I don't find it very interesting. I find the desert vibe kind of boring. However, I do love all the messy drama and relationships in the town. All of the households feel very connected to one another, which is something I always really like. It makes the community feel a lot more alive. I love all of the affairs and all of the feuds. I think it's a very fun world to play the pre-made households in because there's already a lot of story there to get started with. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to leave a like and subscribe for more videos like this one. Anyway, that is all from me today. I hope you have a fantabulous rest of your day, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye-bye!